Well, hello. When you think of leading your team in this rapidly changing environment as you go forward, leaders need to understand that very often stresses can arise, emotions can sometimes arise, and perhaps cause you to react in ways that may not be what you want. In some cases, you may have a little bit of historical arrogance sometimes when that happens as well. But leave you with one idea that happened when I was the manager of training for the third largest training organization in the world. And it was interesting that they had an airplane one time that went off the runway on landing. And in the ensuing response and investigation of that particular situation, the captain, who was the pilot in command, was made available to the industry. How about if we put it that way? And the co-pilot, I thought the company had a very good reaction, because the co-pilot, they knew he wasn't in command of the flight crew, and so they were going to help him out, but in a good way. But they also asked him if he would be open to me interviewing him to make a tape that we could perhaps use in training. And he was very open with that. My question is simply this: to what extent did you feel that you were sufficiently assertive as a co-pilot? In flight crews, we always say the captain always has 51% of the vote. They are the pilot in command. But what I tell co-pilots is that means you do have 49%. Don't be afraid to use it when you need to. And I asked him how sure was he that he was sufficiently assertive. And he said, I don't think I was at all. And I asked him, I said, well, thank you for your candor in that. Thank you for being transparent. I said, why don't you think you were? His answer blew me away. He said, you know what? I had never met this captain, but I had heard about him. In other words, the leader, the command of the crew, by reputation alone, inhibited the person who followed. And he didn't step up in a critical time. And so it's very interesting when you think about that, when these things arise, those of us that are leaders, that can make us interact in a way that people will be inhibited even when we don't want them to be. And we may not even know that that's happening. So to what extent might that be happening sometimes in your leadership? And what do you need to do about it when you're talking about this rapidly changing environment? So I leave that with you for consideration today. All of us have more potential than we're currently using. Our vision at Coaching for Relevance is to bring freedom to potential in all those that cross my path. So I want to just challenge you to go check out our organizational maneuverability course and see how that can provide you insights that maybe that you're not seeing right now. And I also want to invite you to give us a call if you'd like to have a conversation about some items. So we want to just leave that with you, and thank you for your time.